What's up, y'all? I'm in a beautiful location. There's a golf course over there. This is like a mini island. And this is a big ass pond. I'm at Lyuen Woods right now in Lynn, Massachusetts, which is north of Boston. I'm drinking some Shock Top right on the water here. This is Belgian beer. It's pretty popular in my household. And just kind of chilling. Just been hiking. This is the first hike I've taken in a while. And I think it was well needed. The weather's beautiful, as you can see. So, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this in any of my vlogs, but I've been doing this daily journal every morning. Well, I miss some mornings, just because sometimes I forget, sometimes I'm just lazy, sometimes I have work, but I have like a good amount of entries so far, and each day I kind of just free write, just write what's on my mind, but usually each one has a certain topic, kind of like the vlog. In a way I feel like it's kind of the written form of the vlog, because I often will write in the journal in the morning, and then later in the day I'll vlog and I'll end up discussing the same topic, because each day kind of has its common theme that I'm trying to improve upon, and those themes also repeat themselves. There's also just like bigger themes in my life that every day I'm just constantly moving towards progress in those specific areas. But today's theme was focus, because I'm currently reading a book called Next Level Magic by Patrick Chapin. It's a really popular book in the Magic community, Magic the Gathering, and I figured since I just got back into it, into the game, I figured I might as well, kind of try to amp my skills up a little bit, since I'm a little bit behind. I'm a little bit dusty in terms of, or rusty, in terms of skill level, especially compared to how good I used to be at the game. And in that book, there's a quote that I really liked. He says, it's something along the lines of, focus multiplied by time will be at the core of any result you get in life. Which, perfectly true to me. I mean, if you want results, then you have to put time in, and in order for that time to be effective and efficient and productive, you have to focus, and the more time you can spend focusing on one thing and just practicing it and getting better and better and better, and just like being very prolific, like producing as much as you possibly can, then the better you'll be at it, and the more you'll get done, and you'll get more results, just like the quote says. And I feel like I put a lot of time into things that I'm passionate about. In fact, the way I kind of live my life is I almost never do anything that I don't think is necessary to the ultimate goal of my life. So like I spend most of my time writing music, writing creatively, exercising, meditating, like just doing all these things that I want to be really good at and want to spend most of my time doing. But I think the biggest problem I have is making sure that I'm fully focused in that activity for the entirety of that time, because it's great to spend a lot of time doing the thing that you want to be best at, but if you really want to become the best at that thing in the smallest amount of time, then you have to be fully focused for all the time that you're putting your time into that activity. And I kind of let myself get distracted, and I think the reason I let myself get distracted knowingly is because I'm a little bit, everyone's afraid of success, right? Like, everyone's afraid of who they want to be, to an extent. I guess I shouldn't say everyone. Every average person. Obviously the people who are extremely successful and kind of go down as legends in their field. Excuse me. That's what beer does. kind of makes you burp. The people that end up as legends in their field, you know, they're the ones that kind of figure it out. You know, they figure out how to focus and just like completely lost into their craft, and that is the ultimate goal. But in order to do that, it's a skill. You know, it's not just something you like flip a switch and all of a sudden you can like deeply focus on something. You know, what you really need to do is get in the habit of focusing and practice the skill of focusing. So I think the reason why I let myself get distracted is because I'm afraid of risking. Because if you want to be successful, you have to risk something, you know? And if you're taking leaps to be successful, you're always risking failure instead of success. And, you know, if you want to be successful, you are going to fail many times before you're actually, you know, totally successful. Like, no one just becomes successful on their first try. At least most people don't. There are some lucky few, but you can't go your whole life being perfect. You know, there's no way. It's not possible. No one's perfect. I was actually watching the finals of the Shadows over Innistrad Magic Pro Tour, which is the second biggest championship, second biggest tournament in the Magic world. The biggest is the World Championship, but second biggest is the Pro Tour. And the guy who won, they interviewed him after, and he said one of the main things is like, you know, if you're playing a strategic game, you're going to make mistakes sometimes, because especially a complicated game like Magic, and playing at the pro level where, you know, you're playing against people who are like insanely good at the game. They're going to, you know, you're going to make mistakes, and if you make a mistake in a game and then you just dwell on the fact that you made a mistake, you're probably going to lose that game. But if you make a mistake and then you have the willpower to forgive yourself for it and move forward and try to win the game with, you know, in whatever way you can, even with that mistake, then you'll be more likely to win the game still. So really forgiving yourself for making mistakes, and being okay with failure every now and then, because it's going to happen, and you just have to move on from it. So, you know, every day just learning what it takes to be successful, and hopefully one day I look back at these vlogs after earning my success, and I can kind of, you know, laugh and feel the nostalgia that will come with that, but also be proud of myself for pursuing success and, you know, continually persisting and trying to learn what it really takes, and then trying to put those lessons into my daily life. And then another cool thing is, you know, if and when I do achieve success in my own eyes, I'll be able to go back at these and look at these vlogs and kind of see the journey I took, and, you know, the path that I ended up the zigzag path that I ended up kind of taking, because I don't think the path to success is a straight line. I think it's kind of a zigzag path where you're kind of going left and you're kind of going right, and then, you know, sometimes you kind of go backwards without realizing it, and then you realize that you're going the wrong way, so you kind of turn around, and, you know, it's like, it's a maze. Success is a maze. Life is a maze. I mean, we're all just mortal beings in this big ass world, and we're all just confused as shit for the most part, which is why we as humans need leadership, because, you know, while it is nice to have independence and freedom, it's also nice to have someone tell you what to do, who knows what they're doing. Now, big problems arise when the leader doesn't know what he's doing, or she's doing, but that's a whole other topic. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this beer and continue exploring these woods, which I'm really liking. I'm definitely going to come back here. I think this is probably the coolest place in Massachusetts in terms of nature that I've come to. It's super big and it's super beautiful. see y'all tomorrow. Yo, this ant is just carrying this beetle. And the beetle's alive too. They're just having a brawl in the woods, and I think the ant's winning.